Hey, your camera went in red this time.
Yeah! Well, it's because we switched cameras, baby. Here it comes. Here comes the beat. Oh, welcome to the program, everybody. I do have a new camera here. The other camera wasn't quite working out, so hopefully this one lasts.
Camera.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed that this one lasts out the entire live stream here. Frank is clearly just oozing with positivity right now. A lot of good stuff lined up for the old program today, though.
Yeah? Like what?
Old program.
Oh, let's take a look here. First and foremost, I just wanted to give this a brief mention. Because we kind of mentioned it as we were prepping for the show. Little Greg Berhalter got fired from the U.S. men's team.
Thank God.
So Lan was saying that basically when he was the coach of the women's team, they all hated him too.
You know
Because he
who
could
they
be
should
standing.
get? You know who U.S. should get?
Jurgen Klopp.
Brandon. Yep. He's free.
Who's that guy?
He was the
Borussia Dortmund manager. That was it.
He was the Dorfman's manager?
he was
He
the
only managed
manager of
Dortmund.
Liverpool.
No, he only managed Dortmund.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Alan likes to
Dorfman.
ignore all that.
His videos in the 90s were great.
Dortmund. Listen to me, Dortmund. All right, coming up, we're going to get to first impressions. That's where I show the guys a picture and then get their first impressions and then give some information about certain things. We're going to be covering The Last Starfighter, The Muppets Take Manhattan, True Lies, and Cloak and Dagger, the 1980s movie, not the... There was a TV show,
Series?
the Marvel TV show, Cloak and Dagger, and not the comic book Cloak and Dagger either. We're going to get to 5 fast questions. We do have 80s trivia today because a lot of the movies, other than True Lies, are pretty much from the 80s. And quite frankly, I believe 3 of those 4 movies all came out on the same day in 1984.
Wow.
So 80s trivia, and then we're going to get to Harrison Ford movie draft. Before we get to all of this, I do have to briefly mention that we do have the member tiers.
I didn't kill my wife.
We have the member tiers over on here on YouTube. So we have the Memberlorian, that's $4.99 a month, and then we have Channel Supporter, which is 99 cents a month. Now, if you spend lots of the money, you're going to get the sticker pack, which includes your Brandalorian sticker, your History of Rock sticker, and your Cross-Eyed Bear sticker. Frank is imagining if there was a way I could somehow move this down,
reach through.
hand it to you, go like this, and then you pull one out.
Oh,
and
we
then
should
you grab it.
coordinate that. That'd be so cool.
So remember, Lauren, you get the stickers, plus you get a T-shirt of your choice, which I got to reach out to Anna because she did bump up to the Memberlorian tier, but I haven't sent her pack yet. And then also her friend, who I looked it up and I'm completely blanking on. I'm blanking on her name, but she also became a channel supporter, so she gets the sticker pack. So that's essentially kind of the stuff that you get there. Also, we are trying to think of kind of a name for the live stream here. Not quite sure. So any names are more than welcome in if you would like. And Anna says, why do you have a movie draft for one of her favorite actors and she doesn't get to participate? She did get to participate last weekend because Lan was not feeling well. He was under the weather. She got to do the other picks for the old Tom Cruise right there, but you are more than welcome to voice your opinion there, Anna. Also, I will need to get your friend's address so that I can send her the sticker pack since she became a channel supporter. Bree, there you go.
Walker.
But first and foremost, we're going to go over our YouTube polls from the past week.
Stripper polls?
Same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of however you want to look at it. So,
free beer in it.
The first one would be back here on... Let me see here. Because I load these things up
You said
a long time in advance here. So what we're looking at is this one was from July 4th.
Hey, that was a national holiday.
It was.
Was it?
And it was, what is the greatest Tom Cruise movie of all time? That was the movie draft that we did last week. The 4 options I put up there were A Few Good Men, Jerry Maguire, Rain Man, and Top Gun. Which one do you guys think?
Top Gun's gonna take that.
Yeah,
easily.
Top Gun's gonna take that.
Everyone's
Toppy Gunny.
feeling patriotic that day.
I'll give you each a point on that one, Frank and Lan, right there. Pretty handily, too. 58% of the vote went to Top Gun.
I got the need.
The Need for Speed. And then the next poll that I put up, what is the best lawn game?
Oh Lord,
I put bocce ball, cornhole, croquet, or spike ball.
gotta be cornhole.
Lan?
I don't even know what spike ball is. Cornhole.
Again, this one's not even close. It was 63% of the people voted for cornhole. So spike ball, it's essentially there's like a trampoline, and then it's just like it's a baseball sized kind of rubber ball, and you're slamming it down on the trampoline, and it
What
bounces
about
up.
lawn
and then you
darts?
get it. Well, that was the whole reason I did that, because we talked about lawn darts last week, and we talked about how dangerous they were, actually. So I brought that one up, and there was a lot of people who did put in the comments on this one. One guy said,
They threw the dart that killed the kid.
Where did? Oh, here we go. It's good. One guy said, "Fuck that! Raise the stakes with lawn darts." Another guy said, "Where's the darts of death? Can't have a list of outdoor games without jarts."
Charts.
Because technically,
You
that was
wear-
the.
You can only wear jorts if you play jarts.
That was there. You go, jorts and jarts, baby. Next one I put up. So again, a lot of these polls are in reference to what we talked about last week, because I isolate certain parts of this live stream and then they get uploaded separately. And then I like whatever the YouTube poll is to sort of kind of line up with that. So we talked about adventures in babysitting last week. So I said, what's the
Elizabeth
best?
Shue.
What's the best? Yeah. By the way, Lan, Frank is obsessed with Elizabeth Shue. Like,
With her shoes?
he would suckle her milk like Homelander does. So the poll question was, what's the best kids adventure movie of all time? The four options were Adventures in Babysitting, The Goonies, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or Stand By Me.
Goonies.
Yeah, it'll
Right?
probably be Goonies.
Again, not even close. 64% of the vote went to The Goonies. Oddly enough, Stand By Me coming in third. I kind of thought Stand By Me would get more of the votes.
I think it was too serious for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like the other ones were...
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom didn't make Kids Journey.
Nah, because it's got to be mostly kids.
It is at the end. The slave
Oh,
labor
God,
and-
yeah. Yeah, you're right. All the kids running out of there.
What an adventure.
Next. He goes up to, one of the kids goes up to Indiana, you're going to live with me now. That's the next YouTube poll was, what is the greatest TV character of all time? Again, this was in the 5 Fast Questions from last week. And so the 4 options I put up there were Michael Scott from The Office, Omar Little from The Wire, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, and Walter White from Breaking Bad. So you kind of have 2 from the drama side, 2 from the comedy side. Who do you think won this poll?
I think Walter White, probably.
Okay.
I'll go with Scott from The Office.
Michael Scott from The Office. Well, Land gets the point. Walter White ran away with it. 53% of the vote. Only 5 for Omar Little, and that pisses me off because he is up there with as truly one of my favorite television characters of all time. Incredibly well written.
I think that show was so old. So it's almost 20-something years old now.
Mm-hmm.
So people might have just missed it. I mean, we remember him because we watched it, but I think more people were on, Walter White and the more recent ones that they can meme about.
I never watched it.
It'll get rejuvenated, if you will.
It was good. That first season of The Wire was fantastic.
That's one of that hands down, the first season of The Wire is the greatest season of television ever. It is. Anna's trying to get more people to come join the stream. Well, tell them to hurry our ass up, Anna. All right, what else do we have here? What's the best buddy cop movie franchise of all time? Because, of course, last week we talked about Lethal Weapon 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the options were Lethal Weapon, Bad Boys, Rush Hour, and 21 Jump Street.
Well, I'm going to go with Lethal Weapon, not all those, but
I think
Lethal Weapon
won.
4 kind of killed it a little bit.
No, I changed my answer. I'm gonna go Rush Hour.
Big Land pulling ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Rush Hour coming in at 46%, Lethal Weapon 32%, Bad Boys 11%, and then 21 Jump Street
I
at
don't even
just 10%.
remember the third Rush Hour. Is that the one where they go to the casino and
It's
fight?
the one where
in
they
the
go to
casino?
Paris.
Okay, there you go.
They're in France. No, the
Shows you
third
how
one
much
was good too.
I saw all of them in the theater. I just don't remember the third one.
Eddie.
I only saw the third one a couple times.
All right, and then the final YouTube, or second to last YouTube poll here. What is the best teen comedy of all time? I put American Pie, The Breakfast Club, Clueless, and Mean Girls.
I'll just go with The Breakfast Club because that was fantastic.
All right. Lan?
You said American Pie, right?
American Pie, The Breakfast Club, Clueless, and Mean Girls.
I'll just say American Pie.
Look at that. He takes a week off and he's scoring points hand over fist. American Pie, 51% of the vote. Breakfast Club at 31%. By the way, there is a new documentary out, or new-ish, I think, and it's called Brats, and it's all about the Brat Pack.
Yeah.
And it's done by Andrew McCarthy, and it's good. I think it's well worth watching, but it's definitely not the kind of documentary I was expecting because you can tell it's really just him. Essentially, it's like Andrew McCarthy needs therapy to go through all the shit that he went through and to go through his feelings in the Brat Pack because that's all it is. It's him just trying to work through his feelings of what it was like to be in the Brat Pack.
He's been out of Hollywood for what, like 20 years now? Like I don't think I've seen him in anything in the last 20 years, really.
Well, he's in this. It's don't get me wrong. Like if you like Brat Pack movies, John Hughes stuff from the 80s, then it's worth checking out. Just don't go into it with the highest of hopes. All right, here we go. Last YouTube poll. And this one's related to our movie draft coming up later. Anna says, nice burp. Yeah, it's because I'm drinking my seltzer water here.
Seltzer water?
The next time I have to burp, I'm going to try and I'll
fire off one of these bad boys. What do you say?
Yes.
Which character comes to mind first when you think of Harrison Ford? Indiana Jones, Han Solo, Jack Ryan, or Rick Deckard?
Han Solo.
Lan is going Han Solo. Frank?
I'm going Indiana Jones.
Point for Frank, ladies and gentlemen. 57% Indiana Jones,
Which,
only 40%
by the way,
Han Solo.
I started watching that fourth Indiana Jones, and I got it's like a 2 and something hour movie.
The fourth one? Is that
the Dial? The Dial, whatever the hell it was.
That's the
whatever.
one.
Fifth. Yeah, excuse me, the fifth one. I don't know what that movie's about, and I'm an hour and 20 minutes in.
About a dial of some kind.
Yeah, well,
right, but it's
also?
just. It's so bad. The CG, it's all CGI. They should have just done a whole CGI. It is. I can see why people hated it.
They had to do it from Harrison Ford's house because he was so old.
Well, but no, he actually went to England.
He couldn't leave the house.
Broke his foot over in England.
They didn't want him to travel because they were afraid he would crash his plane.
Oh man, but it's like it's because half the movie is him in the 40s. It's supposed to be him younger, and it just looks god awful. And then the other is just you can tell they're in a studio and it's all green screen because it's supposed to look like the 1960s in New York, and it looks bad. It almost looks like the Crystal Skull. I don't know if I want to watch the rest of it.
He's smooth like the Crystal Skull. Oh
Maybe.
Shit! That reminds me. Before we get to first of all, I got to adjust my camera a little bit here. Before we get to first impressions, I was watching Password last night, and so it's with Jimmy Fallon. First off, I got to hang out with Wiz Khalifa. That dude looked awesome. Like he was on the show, and he looked like he's an absolute kick in the pants just to hang out with. And I'm sure that he would want to hang out with somebody that uses the term "kick in the pants."
Kick in the pants.
But there was a lady. So you know what Password is? It's where you give one word, and then somebody's trying to guess whatever the password is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she gets one right, and it's this like little Asian lady. And girl, actually, I think she was younger, and she full on did the like that. It was fucking hilarious. I want to record it and put it up on social media because she's all like that. So, which by the way, social media is out there at The Real Brandon Lorian on Instagram and Facebook. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. We can cover up Frank's face every single time I do that. Mm-hmm. All right, it is time for first impressions. I'm going to show the guys a picture here, and then I want to know what their first impression is of this picture.
A beach.
What is your
Brandon's
first
computer.
impression of that picture?
Alf.
You are correct.
I have no idea.
That is Benji Gregory from Alf.
The best way to watch Alf now is either dubbed in German or Japanese. It is either very scary or very funny.
Did you ever watch the outtakes?
Yeah.
Where he's
You
just
told me about
dropping
him.
the N-bomb, man?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you told me about him and I looked him up after you told me about it that one time.
Jesus, Alf's a racist, man. So, by the way, this is obviously what he looked like back then. This is what he looks like now, or looked like. He died today.
Oh, he did?
Oh, did he? Wow.
46 years old. The official cause of death is not known, and it's not going to be known until there's an autopsy, but he was found in his car, and his family believes that he actually died of heat stroke because he lived in the Phoenix area where it was like 115 degrees. I don't believe so. All right. Next picture here on First Impressions. I'm going to show you a picture. I want to know what your first thoughts are on this picture.
What the fuck?
From last Starfighter. I can't remember the name of the.
Oh yeah, it is. I was thinking V from that fucking Blizzard sitcom.
No,
series.
but I should remind Frank to not curse at the beginning of these, because then that means I have to go edit that out so I can monetize the videos. It is The Last Starfighter. It was released on July 13th, 1984. It made
Love that movie.
It made $29 million at the box office.
Was that a Disney
Should have
movie?
made a sequel. Should have made a sequel.
Well, we're going to get to that here in just a minute. I don't believe it was a Disney movie. It was...
Should have made that a video game.
Yeah, we're going to get to that as well. It had a budget of just $15 million, made $29 million at the box office. The visual effects were revolutionary, and they helped pave the way for advancements in CGI. They even received a nomination for Best Visual Effects at the 57th Academy Awards.
Should have made it a porno.
So the real
think, no.
Starfighter video game, which is, this one here. And so if you don't know the premise of this movie, essentially there's this video game that you come to find, and I didn't realize Garfield's totally up here on top of the video
Yeah,
game.
hanging out. Milo.
Is that an alien race is using the video game as a training simulator to find out who can actually control their ships. And then they never believed a human could do it, but this guy does. So then they come down to take him to help defend their planet. This is essentially kind of the...
If they never thought a human could do it, why would they put the test on a planet full of humans?
Well, they talk about that in the movie because they felt that it was a mistake to put it there because they never felt that a human would be good enough to break the top score. So...
Just making sure.
The real Last Starfighter video game was promised, but it was never actually released. The game was abandoned once Atari representatives saw the film in post-production and felt that it was not going to be a financial success. However, there was a sci-fi tabletop game. Have you heard about this one, Lan?
No.
The Last Starfighter Tunnel Chase.
Look at the tiles. That into screen 1980s? I don't know what does.
I'm pretty sure that
the
this is
actual
on
floor
eBay.
tiles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is on eBay that somebody just posted. But here's the cover, the actual box. So it's The Last Starfighter Tunnel Chase.
Oh, it's made by Facet, too.
Now, home versions of the game were developed, but they were not released under the Starfighter name. The home computer version was renamed Star Raiders 2. So this was supposed to be the Starfighter video game. It was just released under a different name.
In Star Raiders, actually, they had TIE Fighters as your enemies.
Oh, there you go.
I had that game.
And then the Atari 2600 game was released under the name Solaris.
I remember that game, actually.
As we say, I remember that game too.
Now, there was an actual NES game that was released called
Star Fox?
The Last Starfighter. Although the game was actually just a conversion of the Commodore 64 game Uridium.
Uridium.
Okay.
Did they have a Death Blossom button on it?
I don't know. But remember, that's a big plot point there. That's the one that you don't touch until you need it.
Gotta hit that Death Blossom.
And finally,
Codan Armada.
there has been a lot of sequel talk for the movie, with the most recent being a sequel concept reel posted on YouTube in 2021 called The Last Starfighters.
Okay, looks like Starfighter was Universal.
You mean that right there?
Universal.
Yep.
But it's a joint adventure.
venture.
It's a joint adventure with Lormar. All right. Next first impression here. What is you guys' first thoughts when I show you this?
God, I can smell those books. I'm not gonna lie, I can smell them.
I have no memory of these whatsoever.
You don't? So I'm assuming then you had them, Frank.
We didn't have them, but we had them in a library at my elementary school, and they were big popular. And the smell of them, yeah, I just remember the smell.
Yeah, so they were Sweet Pickles books. You can tell by the little logo up here. So it was a series of 40 books. They sold over 50 million copies, and it was kind of a part of almost a mail order sort of educational tools. You can find the commercial on YouTube for it.
Nice.
It's a fictional town that's called Sweet Pickles, and there are 26 animals, one for each letter in the alphabet.
All right.
And the whole point of the books is that the main characters would get into a pickle and then have to get their way out of it. Now, the one thing that I remember about these books, I do remember this one right here, the Very Worried Walrus. That one, and the alligator one. Mm-hmm. This one always stood out to me, fixed by Camel, because I was always wondering why he didn't have a cigarette. Because when I
named Joe in the book,
well, because when
you
I
weren't
was
allowed to smoke on the job.
When I was around that age, my uncle smoked Camels, and so my cousin's room was nothing but the cartoon of Joe Camel. So I was like, I thought all camels smoked. Like, what's going on here?
You know what let me down was, I think when I found out the Jay character, because Jay was always extremely hard to find an animal. Jay,
Jaguar.
I think it was a jellyfish.
Jackal.
And I think it upset me because I was like, I can't remember, but I think it was.
I did have. Hold on, I had the whole list here.
Because Jabberwockies aren't real.
They are in Vegas.
They
They have
are.
a show in Vegas.
No, it was a jackal.
So okay, there you go.
Do you want me to go through the whole list?
Some book was a jellyfish.
Okay, so let's do this really quick.
I bet Z was a zebra.
What do you think A is?
Asshole.
Alligator.
Accusing.
right
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's accusing alligator. I was looking on the wrong screen. Yeah, bashful bear, clever camel, doubtful dog, enormous elephant,
Hey,
fearless
that's what I-
fish, goof off goose, healthy hippo, imitating iguana, jealous jackal, kidding kangaroo, loving lion, moody moose, nasty nightingale.
Nasty Nightingale.
Was she
I went
was-
to the club. I
was she-
saw her at a strip club.
Yeah,
She
I was gonna
sounds
say,
like
was
she
she
works
a
at
street
Biggins.
walker?
She sounds like she works at Biggins. Outraged. Okay, here you go. Outraged octopus. That sounds like an angry
Why
vagina.
wouldn't it be an owl?
Positive pig, questioning quail, responsible rabbit, smarty stork, temper tantrum turtle, unique unicorn, vain vulture, worried walrus, X-rating xerus.
X rating?
Yeah,
What is a
I
xerus?
swear to God.
Yeah, what is a Xerus?
It looks like a squirrel.
Why is it
Okay.
X rating?
I don't know. And then yakety yak and zany zebra, ladies and gentlemen.
Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
They just had to
Both
come
can
up.
scratch their stomach with their penises.
They had to come up with something for X, and they were just like X rating. We can't think of anything else.
They should have done like X-ray, whatever, and like it was a doctor that took X-rays.
Or the
Just saying.
squirrel sees everybody X rayed.
A squiddle. All right.
I don't know. Xena.
Okay. Next picture. What is your first impression? What is your first thought when I show you guys this?
Popcorn popping in your face and 3D.
Wait, Lan, what is it?
Popcorn popping in your face and 3D.
3D. So it's Muppet
Oh, I
Steak.
love it.
It's Muppet
Killer
Steak
fish.
Manhattan. If you have not seen this scene, it is fucking hilarious.
My name's New
Stereotypical, too.
Zealand.
Oh, that guy just recently died too. The mustache man.
New
Daddy
Zealand?
Coleman?
The old dude with the mustache there. He just
Dabney
recently
Coleman?
died.
Him?
Yeah, like a week or two ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Dabney Coleman?
So sad.
He just passed away. I think he was like almost 90.
Dabney Coleman. Well,
Yeah, like
because
80
we're
I
going
think
to
it
get
was-
to him here in just a second, too, because
I
he
think
was
it
in Cloak and Dagger.
86
Oh, yeah.
or something.
May 16th.
May 16th.
He was 92
Oh,
years
sorry.
old.
Oh, my
a month
sister's
ago.
birthday.
Yeah. So, again, Muppets Take Manhattan released July 13th, 1984.
Everybody's dead on that.
So 40 years ago, this was released. It made $25.5 million at the box office on an $8 million budget. It was actually Frank Oz's first time directing a feature film. And if you don't know Frank Oz, he's the voice of Miss Piggy, Yoda, a lot of the different Muppets.
You know what freaked me out about that movie is when they show like Kermit walking from like the perspective of his legs. For some reason, that weirded me out as a
Those
kid.
in when it would show like the one scene where they're riding the bicycles.
Riding bikes, yeah.
Yeah.
God. So weird, man. Or actually, okay, hold on. We're gonna sidetrack here just a little bit. Or if you want to go to the Great Muppet Caper, when they had like a little person in a Miss Piggy costume, and she's like running.
And they're running. Yeah, they're just running like this.
It's goddamn terrifying. So apparently Frank Oz was kind of a pain in the ass to work with. He was micromanaging every detail, and he would even admit later on that he was too hard on the actors. But since then, people who have worked with Oz say that he's completely changed behind the camera. He learned his lessons. He's learned to kind of let some stuff go, and he's easier to work with. There were supposed to be even bigger cameos. Dustin Hoffman, Lily Tomlin, Richard Pryor, and Laurence Olivier. Hoffman was going to play a Broadway producer with an invitation of legendary film producer Robert Evans, but Hoffman backed out at the last minute because he didn't want to offend Evans. And this caused a lot of the other big names to then drop out, which was interesting because Hoffman ultimately did that impersonation of Robert Evans in the movie Wag the Dog.
All right.
And if
That's all right, they got Ricky Gervais 30 years later.
Yeah. And if you aren't familiar with this scene, apparently Joan Rivers was pretty tossed during this scene.
Was she never really tossed?
Well, so the way the story goes is that she was having a tough time filming here. So to loosen her up, Frank Oz ordered up 4 Bloody Marys. He had 2, she had 2. So the takes that are in the movie, she's 2 Bloody Marys in.
Wow.
Which, if you think about it, for somebody like her, actually probably not enough to really get her
I don't
tipsy.
think that really
Yeah,
did.
no.
She probably had some pills too somewhere in there.
And finally, the movie led to Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies.
We make our dreams come true. Muppet babies will do the same for you.
When your world looks kind of weird.
Oh Lord, we got them going.
Don't start that. I won't do it. So during the carriage ride scene when they're going through Central Park, Piggy talks about how she wished they had met as toddlers, and this leads to the scene where Kermit, Piggy, Gonzo, Rolf, and Fozzie, and Scooter are all babies.
They're all babies.
CBS would launch the animated series Muppet Babies just a few months after the release of the movie. Muppet Babies would kick off on September 15th, 1984.
There you go.
Muppet Babies.
Love that movie.
Okay, so, and this is something that we're going to cover on next week's live stream too, but I just want to kind of bring this up momentarily. What is your favorite Muppet movie?
I actually like the Christmas one.
A Christmas Carol?
Yeah, I actually that one because Michael Caine. Did you ever hear what Michael Caine
Yeah.
said about it? He treated the Muppets as if they were real people. So he's like actually like when he's talking to the puppets, he sees them as real people.
Yep. Lan?
It's a toss-up, actually. I'd say it's a tie between that one, the Muppets Take Manhattan, and the Caper. Great Muppet
Oh,
Caper.
yeah, see, for me, it's Caper. It's the Great Muppet Caper, but, and again, we'll go a little more in depth next week, but it's because that's the one that we had the video cassette of. And
You wanna
I
hear a
watched
funny-
it all the damn time.
You want to hear a funny quick story about one of those Sesame Street movies, Catch That Bird? You know where Big Bird leaves Sesame Street to go find his family or whatever?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No.
I forgot about
So there's
that.
this one where he goes like across country and he meets, he runs into all these celebrities. He's going across country to find his parents or something like that. I, for the life of me, can I switch channels all the time. But that movie came on one time and I was glued. I was fixated to see what the hell would happen if this damn bird would get back to Sesame Street. I could not get away from it. Hour and a half of making sure he got back to Sesame Street.
Sucked in on Big Bird.
I was there, dude.
All right.
Then he found out his family was Asian.
No, I think it was like wasn't it like it was fake. It was like this woman that was like just trying to kidnap him or some crap like that. I can't remember. It was weird.
She wanted some wangs. All right.
It was like another bird. It was
What
another
is your
bird.
what is your first impression when I show you this picture. Can you even tell who that is?
Nope.
Like the smaller dude in the back, I kind of recognize, and maybe even the bigger guy, but
This guy right
I
here?
can't.
Well, he looks like a Mike Golick, but he's not anybody that's famous. He's the bodyguard. That's the wife. That's Angus Young from AC/DC.
There you
Oh,
go.
no kidding. God, is he
There you
that
go.
small?
All 5'2"
he's a
of him.
Small dude. Yeah.
Wow.
And I found this picture over on Reddit. Somebody made the comment where they were like, "Yeah, schoolboy outfit fits him well." Because he's only 5'2".
Is that guy wearing a Seahawks hat and a cowboy
Yeah.
shirt?
No, I
No,
think
it's a Seahawk habit, and that's some sort of like he's security, so it's like a badge
Okay.
of some
At
kind.
least he gets to wear shorts.
I was gonna say I do like those cargo shorts though. I'm pretty sure that he can pack all kinds of shit in those
It's
pockets.
good she's still wearing the 90s mom jeans. She's still rocking those. Good for her.
And they're matching Chuck Taylors, by the
Yeah.
way. This
He's
reminds
wearing
me.
the mom jeans too.
This is a game that I do want to bring up on the stream. Is the geolocation game, where you're just
Okay.
shown a random picture of some place and you have to figure out where it is based on the surroundings of the picture.
They're definitely in Europe, right?
Here?
Australia? Or New Zealand? Wherever they
Yeah, it's somewhere where it's fur zone. Right here. And you can tell that it is somewhere that's not U.S. because they're doing
Matsusa.
military time, because it's going to 22 hours, not 10
It's
p.m.
got to be Europe then, right?
I don't know. I didn't really think that far ahead. I just thought it was a funny picture
What's the
because how
sign
small
say
he
back
is.
behind him? I can't see.
All right.
All right,
Next
bye.
picture. Gentlemen, what is your first thought when I show you this picture right here?
Ooh.
Take them off.
I think that's where they
Slowly.
found out that she didn't actually have a penis. And John Lovitz, made sure. Did you ever
So-
see that on the award show where he like grabs her by the crotch on the award show? And he goes, "Just check in," and she grabs him back. He's like, "Oh,
I think so.
no. Oh, you guys gotta look that up. It's hilarious."
So this, of course, is True Lies, ladies and gentlemen. This was released July 15th, 1994, which makes it almost about 30 years old at this point.
Jeez.
It made $378.9 million in the box office on a $100 million budget, and it's believed to be the first movie to reach $100 million for its budget.
Why do his eyes look weird?
Oh, what's wrong with his eyes?
They look far apart. Is it just
Maybe he
me?
was taken out of the oven a little too early.
When he said, "I do," he never said what he did.
It almost looks like it's two pictures, like they composed them because they didn't get the correct. I don't know. It looks weird. It's not really Arnold. It's T1000.
There you go. So it was also the top earning rated R movie of 1994, and it beat out what movie, boys?
In '94,
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
It's a movie we talked
Nice.
about already on a stream.
The Last Starfighter.
Indiana Jones and the
Speed.
Crystal Skull.
No, Speed. It beat out
Oh.
Speed.
Oh, no, you meant this show.
Huh? No.
this
We've talked
episode.
about it previously on a previous prior
We talked
stream.
about so many movies.
I know. So the movie bumped Forrest Gump from the top spot at the box office, but it was only for opening weekend. Gump was back at number 1 the following week.
He's Gump. He's Gump.
Arnold Schwarzenegger almost died filming this movie. You guys remember the horse scene?
Yeah.
So apparently he almost was bucked off a horse near a 90-foot drop.
Nice.
A camera boom spooked the horse, but thankfully Arnold's stuntman pulled him to safety. The movie
I just
was...
remember. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm going to the next thing, so...
Oh, I was gonna say. I just remember it was a big deal in Florida because they blew up the old Key West Bridge, and it was
Oh.
like a big sensation when they did that at the time.
Yeah, we will get to that here momentarily as well. The movie was nominated for the Best Visual Effects Academy Award, but it lost out to 1994.
Forrest Gump. Speed.
Speed.
Frank with the point for Forrest
Jurassic Park.
Gump. I still remember, at least when Forrest Gump, I remember the scene where they showed how they were CGI'd Lieutenant Dan's legs as he's turning in that room, and his legs technically would have hit a table, so they had his legs in wearing like the green stockings, and then they CGI'd a table in there. It blew my mind at the time. And now we have some of the most garbage CGI on the planet. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis, the scene that Frank's talking about when they ended up blowing up that bridge, it's at the ending of the movie there. She refused to have a stunt woman during the helicopter scene. So she did the stunt herself on her birthday, by the way.
Nice.
And then also from that scene where she strips down from this one into the bra and panties, the bra and panties were hers. Those were not from the wardrobe. Or the wardrobe department. Those were hers. And finally, there were a lot of actresses that were up for the role of Helen, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. Jodie Foster was originally cast, but had to turn it down when she signed on for the lead in Nell.
Oh man, what a good choice by her.
Others that were rumored to have been considered for the role: Rosanna Arquette, Gina Davis, Madonna, Sharon Stone, Kim Basinger, Joan Cusack, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
I could see Gina Davis. I could see Gina Davis in that.
Yeah.
She might be taller than Arnold, though. That's maybe why she didn't get it.
I mean, everybody's taller than Tom Cruise. Just put him on a box.
Mm.
All right, I got another.
Kim Basinger stripping.
I got another photo here for you. What is your first thought, gentlemen, when I show you this picture? Keep it clean.
He drops
I'm coming
the
for
N-word.
you.
This is
Like
the
he
infamous
grabs,
one
he
when-
realizes what he did and goes.
Oh wait! So this was before. This is Booker T. So ultimately, what happens in this scene is they're cutting a promo. He calls out Hulk Hogan, and he kind of says it, but he drops the N-bomb.
Yep.
And then after he realizes what he did, he looks like that.
Starts cracking up, and then look at Sherry in the back. She's cracking up too.
I like to because Stevie Ray is just holding it. And he's like,
Oh, and Mean Gene Okerlund has no idea what's going on.
Like, why would
He's
you
probably
do that?
sauced up. He probably had 2 Bloody Marys.
Yeah, two Bloody Marys in. That should be a new T-shirt or a new sticker for us. I'm 2 Bloody Marys in.
You know, I've never had a Bloody Mary.
Really?
Neither
I'm
have
assuming you
Neither
don't
have
like tomato juice.
Yeah, it just didn't seem appealing.
No appeal, huh? All right.
Sorry.
I've just never tried it. I'd like to try one.
Well, let's have one that land when we go see Deadpool.
I've had a White Russian.
On that Sunday.
Any of those.
We're gonna have Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody
We have to say it
buddies.
into the mirror 3 times. And then drink it all.
God no. All right, I got one more photo here for you guys. What's your first impression when I show you this?
Is that the kid? Is that the kid from Flight of the Nav? No, wait, no, it's E.T. Yeah, I was about to say Flight of the Navigator. It's E.T.
Henry Thomas.
Whenever I see this scene in the,
It's an
in the
Atari
movie,
commercial.
I always think of, oh God, I can't remember. Do you remember that old tabletop game store at the
Those are
Clackamas
some
Town Center?
Thick glasses. Lord.
Yes, but I don't remember the name of it. But I
can't
know
remember.
exactly
So,
what.
That store always reminded me of it, minus the Atari games. 'cause they're
That
just-
guy had no choice but to be a nerd with glasses like that.
Well, it's a prop, so
It's
Is
William
it?
Forsythe, though. I mean,
Yeah.
look at him now,
yeah,
and look at all the roles he played afterwards.
it's true. So
Is
this
that
obviously
William
this
William
is
Laptop?
Forsythe, Cloak
Flat
and
top?
Dagger.
this is Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, wait, that's John Forsythe. Is what I'm thinking.
So
Abby Coleman.
Cloak and Dagger, as we've been talking about all of these movies that came out on July 13th, 1984, this was actually released as a double feature with The Last Starfighter.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
yeah?
it was finally released separately on August 10th, 1984. It made $9.7 million at the box office, and the film was written specifically for Henry Thomas as a follow-up to E.T.
Okay. Never saw it.
Let me
Good
see
movie.
here.
Good movie when you were a kid. I don't know.
It was,
about
I don't know how well it holds up, but I remember this. I loved this movie as a
Look,
kid.
bullet holes.
That's a whole scene where this essentially is kind of his imaginary friend.
you. Yeah, his
that's-
imaginary buddy.
That's this action figures. Jack Flack was the guy's name, or at least the character. There is an ET Easter egg in the movie. So in that game shop of the picture that I just showed you
Is
guys,
the game?
there's
Show a million
I'm not
copies
sure
of
where it is. I tried to find the picture, but in the background there's a poster for the ET Atari 2600 video game.
What a crappy game.
It's
And
always made me want to take apart my Atari game.
so the video game in the movie was already in development when production on the movie began, and it was originally titled Agent X.
Okay.
The video game was arcade only with no home version released until 2022 when it was included in one of the compilations like the Atari 50 where you truly have all the games in the controller
Right.
at that
Plug
point.
it to your TV.
So the illusion of Davey playing the actual game at his house is they had the full Atari game set up, but they were just wiring the video through the television.
All right.
And finally, the movie takes place in San Antonio. That's the actual cassette or the cartridge right there. The Atari 5200 Cloak and Dagger. It takes place in San
like a
Antonio because that was Henry Thomas's hometown.
All
And
right.
so all of the scenes were actually from San Antonio, including the Riverwalk.
That
The
made
only-
me want to go to San Antonio.
The only ones that were not were the Alamo. The exterior shots are of the actual Alamo, but the
Were they from
interior
Pee Wee Herman?
are not. No.
They went to the basement.
Yeah.
They went to the basement. They went right where Ozzy Osbourne took a leak. And that's going to do it for First Impressions, ladies and gentlemen. I do have one thing here for coming attractions. Beavis and Butthead. New episode.
Oh, new episode
Yeah.
tonight. 10 o'clock.
Paramount Plus, I believe.
I think cartoon or Comedy Central has them on too.
Oh, are they airing them on Comedy Central too?
Let me check real quick. I can look for you. Yeah. Comedy Central, 10 o'clock Eastern
I'm telling you,
time.
it's
New Beavis and Butthead.
You might
They
not
call it
think
Mike
Beavis and
Judge's
Butthead.
Beavis
I was
and
going to tell you. You might think Beavis and Butthead doesn't age well. It does. Beavis and Butthead is still goddamn hilarious. All right, Frank, are you ready? Do you have your questions ready? Do you have
I have
do you
my
them,
questions.
Do you have them prepared?
Fast.
Prepared.
All right, here we go.
You ready?
It is time for 5 fast questions. Frank has the questions. I have the answers. Fire away, sir.
Number 1, what's the strangest fear you have?
Toilet snakes.
Number 2, what book could you not put down?
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Number 3, what doesn't taste better with ketchup?
Anything. Ketchup's fucking gross.
Number 4, if you could have anything at your house, what would it be?
A lazy river, like a moat that goes all the way around my house.
Number 5, what can you say to your dog but not your boss?
Look what you did outside now! And that's 5 fast questions. All right, let's go through those questions there. Frank, what do we got?
What's the strangest fear you have?
I think strangest, and this one actually, it also kind of comes from Scrubs, is toilet snakes. I don't know why. Like I'll kick the toilet just to make sure there ain't nothing in there. Anytime
Mine
I'm
would be
putting my butt
Kentucky
down.
Goblins.
It's what?
Kentucky Goblins.
The hell is a Kentucky Goblin?
Remember when we talked about it that one time? I saw that episode. And
Oh.
It was like the Kentucky Goblin.
Frank is terrified of Kentucky Goblins.
Yeah.
Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. Yeah, it was August 21st, 1955. Lane, what's one of the strangest fears you have?
Having to hold something incredibly, incredibly tall.
Huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like a board?
No, like something even like ungodly tall.
Like Gina Davis?
Maybe
Is she
if
tall?
like Gina Davis
She's
holding
like 6'2".
3 other Gina Davises. Like having to hold something like super, super tall. For some reason that always gets me.
Like a ladder.
Like a really, really big ladder.
How frequently?
big-
what kind of shit are you holding up?
No, I don't know why. This has always been like almost like a stressful dream of mine ever since I was a kid. I don't know why.
You didn't
Interesting.
talk about it?
I'm thinking this might be one where we need to isolate a little time
Like
to
this is
figure
a
out why
a
Alan's.
whole episode.
Have 2 Bloody Marys and it'll fix that problem.
There you go. Well, everybody will grab a couple of Bloody Marys, and we're gonna get to the root of Land's problems with holding tall things.
All right.
Well, at least now we know he's got a small penis because.
Oh wow.
I said tall, not wide.
Spoilers.
It's not like a tuna can.
All right, number 2. What book could you not put down?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I also couldn't put down the Da Vinci Code, and those 2 books actually got me back into reading. I remember
They taught him how to read. He didn't know how to read before that.
I did not. Do you know I don't think I ever actually finished a book in like all of my time in school.
Same.
There was, I remember there was an English class, a quick side story here, but there was an English class where, and Sean Cartwright was in the class with me. And, or as he goes now, Juan Palayo. And he and I were like talking about the book that we were supposed to have read for this English class. I'm like, I didn't read anything. He's like, really? He's like, I at least read some.
I never did any of the summer readings.
And he was like, so what are you gonna do? We have a quiz on it today. And I go, watch this. I go, I'm just gonna get up, I'm gonna crumple it up, and I'm gonna throw it, the quiz in the garbage in front of the teacher during the quiz. And he's like, no, you're not. And I did. I got a 0, but I got street cred. But going back to the other books, so I remember my dad had come home. This was probably right around 2003, 2004 maybe. And he had a copy of The Prisoner of Azkaban. And he told me, he's like, hey, some guy at work left this. Do you want it? Now, for all I know, he had actually gotten the book knowing that this might get me into reading or whatever. But I did, and I gobbled up that book, man. Lickety split. This is a great
Supposed to
book.
read it, not eat it.
What about you? What's a book you guys couldn't put down?
Mine was The Lost World.
The Bible?
After the Jurassic Park book.
Really?
The Lost. Yeah, because I wanted.
Did you read
because,
Did you read the first one?
Yeah, and I wanted to know what happened with the second one. And first off, both those books are completely different from the movie at all. Like even The Lost World, they never came back to California. They stayed on the island.
California.
But like, I was listening to like somebody reading the first book on YouTube because I forgot. It's been like almost 30 years, and I was like, wow, this is completely. It's like some of this. There are some things they took from the first book and put in the second movie. That was actually from the first Jurassic Park book. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
I remember I was reading Jurassic Park, the book, in 6th grade. And I remember I was doing really good and I was really engaged. But again, like I said, in school, I never actually finished a book. And I got maybe about halfway through it. And at the same time, Ed Smith was reading Jurassic Park. Lan remembers Ed Smith. Mm-hmm. And then it got to the point where one day at recess, he was asking me about the book. And he was like 4 chapters past me. And that's when my brain went, well, Ed Smith has passed me. Fuck it, I'm not going to read it. And I just quit.
I give up. Life lesson.
Yeah.
Life lesson.
Did you have a book, Lan, that you couldn't put down?
Yeah, more recently, Project Hail Mary.
What's that?
By Mike Weir, the guy who did The Martian.
Oh.
And I think they just signed to do a movie about it. But amazing book. Like I literally finished that in 2 nights.
You know what would be a better book? Project Bloody Mary. Comes in 2s. You're also more than welcome in the old YouTube chat if you guys want to let us know what's a book you couldn't put down. What's a weird fear that you have? What was the third question, Frank?
It is what doesn't taste better with ketchup?
Like nothing. Like ketchup's disgusting. Take that. There's a caveat there. Whataburger's spicy ketchup is the only kind of ketchup that's even worth anything. Otherwise, it's like, what the hell are you doing on there? Like, it's disgusting.
You ever had banana ketchup?
What?
Yeah, it's Filipino banana ketchup. It's really good.
Do you guys have some at your house I can try when I'm in Portland in a couple weeks?
No, we don't.
What?
Unfortunately.
What?
No,
Go pick some up.
no.
We'll see if we can track some down. How about that?
It's easy. You just go to any Asian store. They'll have it.
Oh, sweet. There are not a lot of Asian
Ketchup-
stores in El Paso,
and
Texas.
ice cream. Ketchup and ice cream is not good.
What?
Ketchup and Spam is the only thing that I eat. Spam is the only thing I eat ketchup with.
Interesting. My wife and daughter eat ketchup on their eggs.
Yeah,
I used to do that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. My wife doesn't do it anymore. My kid does it. All right. What was
Scrambled
next?
eggs and ketchup. Yeah,
What was the
that's
next?
pretty
Yeah.
good.
What was the next
If you
question?
could have
Frank?
anything at your house, what would it be? Scarlett Johansson.
You'd have to go through Colin Jost first.
I don't think that'd be very hard. She's had what, 3 husbands?
She has? Really?
Hasn't she been married like 2 or 3 times?
I'll look that up. Scarlett Johansson. It's got her listed as an actress/singer.
Yeah, she put out an album like in the mid 2000s or something like
She's
that.
been she was married. I forgot she was married to Ryan Reynolds from 08 to 11.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then who is Romena Doriak?
I think he
one
was
guy.
a producer or an artist or something.
Yeah, and then she married Colin Jost in 2020. And 5th question, Frank.
What can you say to your dog but not your boss?
I said this multiple times today to my dog. Look what you did. Get your ass outside.
Mine would be, we're going to spade you.
Yeah.
Or we're going to neuter you. Ready to get your balls cut
I was
off.
gonna say, or stop licking.
There you
yourself.
go.
Stop licking yourself.
Okay.
Really quick before we move on, Anna says a book that she couldn't put down, "And Then You Die" by Iris Johansson. It is her favorite book.
And then you're done looking it up right now.
Lan is looking it up. You're giving recommendations out there, Anna. Lan is appreciating that very much. That was the wrong music bed. Hold on. Yeah! All right, it's time for 80s trivia. Normally we do 90s, but a lot of the movies we were talking about earlier were from the 80s, so we're talking 80s trivia. Currently, Lan has a 1-point lead. The winner gets to pick first in our Harrison Ford movie draft. So since Lan has the lead, Frank, you get to go first, my man.
Harry
Okay.
Ford.
Here is your first question. Oh, and these are all random too. We used to do it like with categories and stuff. This is truly just random trivia from the 80s from a Trivial Pursuit pack that I bought.
All right.
So, first one, Frank. What was the name of the code that required video gamers to press up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start?
It was the Contra code. Wasn't the Contra code? Contra code. Wasn't the Contra code? Contra code. Yeah, I think it's the Contra code.
All right, Lan gets a chance to steal. Lan, do you know what it was called?
Wait, what was it? Say it again.
So, what was the name of the code that required video gamers to press up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start?
Contra code.
Konami code?
It was the Konami code because it wasn't just Contra that
Contra, yeah,
code
it was-
worked on.
It only
That
worked
was-
for Contra for me.
Their whole thing there.
Contra code?
Do you guys? Do you, oh shit!
Oh, I don't know why that.
Do you guys remember what the code was if you had 2 players?
BA select start?
Yeah. There's an extra BA, and then you had select before start.
That's,
All right,
That's all that I knew it as. Yeah.
that's what I always remembered it as because I don't think I ever owned Contra, so it was always me with somebody else that was
Well,
getting
I
used
mean,
to code.
yeah, the game
that's-
was better when you're playing with somebody.
Hell
That's
yeah!
why I knew it as the Contra code. That's the only game we used.
All right,
Sounds like a movie, the Contra code.
I'm coming up
It's
Frank
a
right there.
fancy book.
Make sure you
Starring
guys
Harrison
are
Ford.
liking and subscribing here. All right, Lan, your question. The Meryl Streep film Out of Africa takes place in what country in Eastern Africa? I legitimately thought I was going to ask you which continent.
What country in Eastern Africa?
Yeah.
Kenya? Hey!
Nailed it.
I knew
All right.
it. I didn't guess.
Moving over to Frank. What slang term was used for young urban professionals who often dressed in the preppy style and worked in management?
Yuppies.
Management.
Yuppies is correct. All right,
Yuppie
Lan's got an
puppy.
8-6 lead. First person to 10. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. First person to 10 points, by the way. What does the BFG stand for in the 1982 children's book of the same name by Roald Dahl?
Oh, I probably knew this at one time. Big fucking gun.
It is not.
Big friendly giant.
Frank with the steal.
I like my answer better.
Everybody likes to go big fucking giant, but it's big friendly giant.
Fucking giant. All right, we're back to Frank. He's got a chance to tie this up right now. What series about a hospital ended with a shot of a snow globe and a surprise twist about how the story came about?
From the 80s?
Yeah.
What was that one with Howie Mandel and Denzel Washington? That's the only one I can think of.
Training Day?
Yeah. The Contra Code.
Malcolm X.
Bob Cousy.
Something corner. I don't know.
I don't know. If you spit on it, maybe you'll get the answer. All right, so he's out. Lan? Want to steal?
About a hospital.
Yeah.
I know when you say the name, I'm going to be
ER.
You guys, I think you know it, but I don't know if anybody of us would have ever actually watched it.
Dallas?
No, St. Elsewhere.
Yeah, that was the one. That was Denzel Washington and Howie Mandel and all.
Really?
I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, that's St.
Howie
Elsewhere.
Mandel?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Back to Lan. What New York club known for introducing 1970s and 1980s rock bands was originally opened for country, bluegrass, and blues music?
Oh, I gotta do that.
Come on.
Everybody was wearing those shirts when we were like in junior high and high school.
Yep. I guarantee most of them had no idea what it was.
Yeah, and I can't remember the freaking name of it. God, hate getting old. Jiggles. Going with Jiggles.
CBGBs.
Hey,
Yeah.
Judges?
Oh.
CBGB.
Yeah, there's no S. Come on, Frank.
Sorry.
It's just CBGB.
I like saying CBGBs.
All right.
Like CBGBs.
We're all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Frank. What actress kickstarted the home workout craze with her first workout video in 1982?
Jane Fonda.
Let's get physical.
Physical. All right, moving back to Lan. In the 1988 song "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles" by the Proclaimers, how many total miles did the singer say he would walk to fall down at your door?
You got this one.
$1,000.
Yes.
Yeah. I would walk 500 miles.
We'd walk 500 miles.
But to be the man who'd walk 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Looking like Buddy Holly in the video.
Well, I was gonna say, what was the movie that was?
Wasn't a few of them.
Yeah, but there was one main one that was like incorporated into the music video. I want to say What's Eating Gilbert Grape or something like that.
One of those 80s flicks.
Yeah. All right, Frank. If you get this one right, you win the game.
Speed.
Yeah. Speed.
All right. In 1981, production stopped on a $1 U.S. coin that featured the image of what 20th century women's suffrage movement activist? Benny and June. That's
Benny
it.
and June, yeah.
Thank you, Nightmare.
What was the question again?
I did
Benny and June, damn it.
I did kind of stumble through that, didn't I? In 19... I was like, oh, fucking figure it out on your own. In 1981, production stopped on a $1 U.S. coin that featured the image of what 20th century women's suffrage movement activist?
Why do I want to say Rosa Parks?
No, sorry, wrong button. She was not a suffrage movement activist.
She
All right.
suffered.
I mean, she suffered.
Frank? Yeah,
What?
you fucking guy.
Contra Code.
You just said the same exact joke at the same time. All right, Lan, if you can get this, it's a steal for the win.
I'm going to say Susan B. Anthony. 'cause we had a
Susan
lot
B.
of those
Anthony and Lan be winning, ladies and gentlemen. It was Susan B. Anthony. The dollar coin fell out of favor, partly because it was often mistaken for
A man?
Bitcoin?
a cock ring.
I was going to say that, but the 20th century threw me off.
No, it was for a. It was often mistaken for a quarter.
Oh,
Could you imagine thinking like, oh, here's 4 of these, thinking it's $1? It's like, oh shit, that's $4.
It's $4.
$4. God damn
Oh
it.
man.
All right, well, that's going to do it. So
Candy.
Lan gets the win, which means Lan gets to pick first here in our movie draft. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give me 1 second here while I click the wrong thing and start moving things around that aren't supposed to be moving around. All right, it is movie draft time. We're doing Harrison Ford movies, and we have Lan drafting first, then Frank, and then myself. Anna, you are more than welcome to chime in on this stuff because apparently she's a huge fan of Harrison Ford. A little upset that she did not get to
huge.
she did not get to be involved in this one today. But all right, Lan, what is your first Harrison Ford movie, sir?
First Harrison Ford movie, the one that made me fall in love with the character. I'm going with Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. I gotta remember how
I wanted to
labeled
be
it.
Han Solo when I was a child.
Nice.
Like I literally wanted to be Han Solo.
Did you
I
have
had
the?
the vest.
Did you
I
have
had the pants.
Did you have the gun?
I had the gun.
I love that gun. It had the little red button on it.
Yeah, but then you had to hold down 2 buttons in order for it to actually make the noise.
Yeah,
My dad had to duct tape the small button you had to hold down.
did he really?
Yeah, because my hands were too small to do both.
All right, Empire Strikes Back off the board. Frank, what is your first choice, buddy?
I'm doing Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Hey-oh!
The most Harrison Ford that you can get.
Of the Lost Ark. Where the hell did I say that? There we go. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders. Look
That
at his nipple
sexy
trying
man.
to come out of
Yeah,
his
that
shirt.
Sexy man.
Raiders with lost nipple.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, like, there's a little defined little boobage right there.
Yeah. They're like, pose for this painting we're gonna do of you, Harrison.
All right, it's on to me. I am going to go outside of the realm of roles that he played a lot of. And my first choice is going to be The Fugitive.
Nice.
I don't care.
That's the
I didn't
one
kill
line.
my wife.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. And then he jumps. Loved that movie. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
It wasn't me. It was the one I met.
See, now I can't, like, you immediately go to the Ace Ventura part of him doing that. All right, so that's going to be my first choice for Harrison Ford. My second choice, it's, God, there's so many good fucking Harrison Ford movies, man. I do want to gobble up
You're gobbling up a lot tonight.
I gobble up a lot of stuff. I love this movie. I love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Oh, Lan wanted Last Crusade.
They
didn't
want
you?
out.
You wanted that one, didn't you? All right, back to you, Frank. What's your next Harrison Ford movie?
I'm gonna go with Blade Runner.
Oh,
Son of a bitch!
we are just gobbling up all of Lan's movies. Blade Runner, ladies and gentlemen. I love that movie. That is a fantastic movie. I recently did a short on that where a lot of the companies that who have logos in the movie suffered pretty tough business things. Frank, your phone next to your microphone there, buddy.
Sorry. Good now?
They had they suffered some sort of like a business, not catastrophe per se. Oh, see, Anna would be able to pick all of her own here because she's picking Star Wars, and she chose Blade Runner 2049 over Blade Runner.
She likes.
I haven't seen the
Ryan
new
Gosling.
Blade Runner.
She likes.
I haven't either, but I
Gosling,
have heard
that's
it's really good.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to you, Lan. You get to go back to back here, buddy.
Good. Damn it.
I already know what he's gonna pick too.
Yeah, do you? What am I gonna pick?
fine. Working girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
Come on,
right.
it's got Sigourney Weaver and Melanie Griffith.
Well, do they have a theme together? I don't know. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do Temple of Doom.
All right.
Mahuras, mahuras.
I mean-
Alima.
I'm not gonna surprise anybody with my choices, okay?
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Because Indiana Jones and Han Solo were I love that character.
All right, so are you going with New Hope?
Crystal
No,
Skull?
I'm going with Return of the Jedi because I love the
Return?
fact that he came back in that movie. He got unfrozen out of the carbonite.
And then played with space teddy bears.
I always just
He
remember.
shot a stormtrooper in the eye.
I
after
always
he
just.
shot R2D2.
I always remember when they're on the barge, in front, like next to the Sarlacc
Fett.
pit. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, where?
Boba Fett. All right, Frank. What's your third and final pick, my man?
I'm gonna go with Clear and Present Danger.
Oh, Jack Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. Good movie.
How many actors played Jack Ryan?
I think it's been to 4 now.
Is it 4 now?
Well, because you had him, you had
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck,
Like Alec Baldwin?
Alec
Jack Ryan?
Baldwin, because
Yeah,
Alec
yeah, yeah.
Baldwin was in Hunt for
Was the
Red
first
October,
one.
and then
Yeah.
now you have John Krasinski playing it in the series.
Yeah.
Honest as her third pick would be Hollywood Homicide. I've never heard of that movie.
I've never seen that.
It was one that came out like 2001 with Josh.
Dumel?
Christ. No, the one that's just in that movie Trap.
Brolin?
Hartnett?
Hartnett.
Oh no shit! Did you know
Yeah,
that?
it
Ryan?
It was not that good. It was not that good of a movie.
Hollywood Homicide.
I think that was like they said it was like the start of the downfall of his career. Was that movie
Of Harrison Ford or Josh Hartnett?
of Harrison Ford?
Well, Anna liked it.
Sorry, Anna.
All right, so what are some honorable mentions here before I get to my third and final pick? Of course, like we said, Anna, she had Blade Runner 2049 in there. We do have A New Hope as well. 42. Don't forget, he was in 42.
Yep, the owner.
We do have, there you go, Cowboys and Aliens, ladies and gentlemen.
That's like I don't know if that's a bad movie or a good movie. I'm just indifferent with it. Like I don't know.
I don't know.
So that wasn't the downfall of Harrison Ford's career?
No.
Don't forget there was the Mosquito Coast.
He looks so weird in that poster.
Yeah, he
Yeah, what
does.
the
This
hell?
this one legitimately looks like it was a different head, and they just,
Yep.
Squeezed
Put
his eyes on it.
yeah,
His
like
mouth
okay,
and
hold
eyes.
on, let's compare this. So look at that one. Which face looks more awkward, this one or the one from True Lies that we were looking at earlier?
Arnold looks like he.
I mean,
Wants
Arnold's eyes
something.
still look further separated than they should be.
A little bit. Scuba Steve says Fugitive. That was my number one pick, Scuba Steve. Oh, what are some other honorable mentions that we have here? Witness. This is apparently a really good movie.
That's a good one. Yeah.
John Book.
John Book.
That's where he becomes Amish.
Don't forget, there's
Oh,
the
is that
one,
the one? Okay.
Yeah.
with Kelly McGillis, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is the one where he dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. We
Well,
don't
he
talk
wanted to
about that
die in
movie.
Empire.
Oh, you're
so-
supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to say it before you give the spoiler. Fuck. One more honorable mention right here. Presumed innocent. Look at this. Look at this right there. Sexy time.
Whoa, he's going down on somebody.
Want to see my blaster?
I think I know what you're going with.
What do you think I'm going with?
I think you're going Air Force One.
I am not going Air
Oh.
Force One, actually, but we do have that one right there. That one, I'm a little amazed did not get picked.
Well,
Steven
yeah, I was gonna
Seagal.
say, and Nelly made one of the best songs for that movie.
He does get to stomping in his Air Force Ones. You get take a guess. See if you can guess what I'm going to pick.
What was the one with him and David Schwimmer?
Friends?
What?
Band of Brothers?
And movies.
You're not gonna do Apocalypse Now, where he had like that little small scene in
He's
the
gonna
movie?
say American Graffiti.
No, but that was a close one too.
Well, I was gonna say the What Lies Beneath.
I'm
I
telling you,
saw
man,
it.
this movie is so underrated.
I
is
saw it in theaters,
So underrated.
and I just, I didn't care for it, so I don't even.
Oh
remember
no,
too much
this
about it.
this movie was fantastic. Frank is full of shit.
It
Oh, 6 days,
stinks.
7 nights. That's the one.
Hey,
with
hey,
him
you know
and
what?
David
You
Oh,
know
that
what?
was with Anne Heche.
And Hayes,
Hollywood
yeah.
Homicide is better than that. This is the downfall.
Oh,
right
go to hell.
here.
Okay, I've never heard of this movie.
Oh, dude,
he
I don't
plays a-
remember it.
it's
Yeah,
Robert
it's like
Zemeckis, man.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
What lies beneath?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you,
horror
it's got
movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer in
It's
it.
Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone thought you were going to see her boobs. You don't.
Nah, he dresses up like Han Solo. She dresses up like Catwoman. There's a whole S&M scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is there really?
No. But it would be fantastic.
Oh,
But yeah.
Miranda Otto's in it from Lord of the Rings?
Where does it say that? Oh, you're looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
So there you go. So there's our triple features. Lan has Empire Strikes Back, Temple of Doom, and Return of the Jedi. Frank has Raiders of the Lost Ark, Blade Runner, and Clear and Present Danger. And then I have The Fugitive, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and What Lies Beneath. And that is going to do
More
it.
like this is what I was stuck with. Not exactly.
Well, you got to pick first. But then you did have two of your big picks taken right off the board. So
Yeah.
missing out on Blade Runner and Fugitive. I didn't kill my wife. That's when you were supposed to say.
I don't care.
Come on, God, man.
It wasn't me. It was me.
All right, that's going to do it for this stream. We got another stream coming up next Wednesday. Don't forget, like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe. Oh, I didn't get to
Anchorman
cover
2
up.
is a good mention there, Anna.
There we go. Now we can cover up Frank's face. Oh, like and subscribe right there. Anna says, surprised my picks weren't taken. That's because they were terrible picks. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God. Hey, thanks for watching, Anna.
Hey, thanks for watching. We're just going to beat up your list. Got a live stream
Two
coming up
Bloody
again.
Marys.
Live stream, 2 Bloody Marys, and spit on it. Another live stream coming up next Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday, except coming up the final week of July, because I am not going to be in town. I will actually be in Portland, Oregon. Lan and I are going to go hang out at a Timbers game. We're going to go watch Deadpool together. It's going to be fantastic.
We're gonna have Bloody Marys.
We're going to have Bloody Marys, and we're going to spit on some things with Bob
Maybe
Cousy.
we'll get spit on.
I mean, we'll get spit on. Don't make sure that you're checking out whether Instagram, Facebook. I'm putting up all kinds of posts and content. There's polls going up, like when we did the YouTube poll review at the beginning of the live stream. Those go up every single day, every morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Those go up. So if you want to go, make sure you go vote on those things. Make sure you head to Instagram and Facebook, because there's not only the shorts and the reels that I produce for YouTube here. There's 3 of those every day, but I'm also creating more content. So get engaged with that stuff. Anna does a fantastic job of that, commenting, liking things. Just make sure that you guys are doing that, because it definitely helps us out. Don't forget, we do have the membership tiers. If you can separate yourself from a little bit of cash, it definitely helps out. We have the channel supporter. It's 99 cents a month. That'll get you a sticker pack with the Brandalorian sticker, the cross-eyed bear sticker, and the History of Rock sticker. Can I hand this to Frank? Where can I? Right there. Can you grab it? Oh, I dropped it.
God,
Did
we
you
need to
drop it?
work on our choreography.
I know that would actually. I need to send Frank some stickers so that we can do that. That would actually be, we'd be amazing. You doing that with that light behind you looks like you're stroking something, dude.
Can't get it.
So make sure you guys are checking out all that stuff. All the posts and stuff. They're there to be questions for you guys, things to be engaging with. And then also, I do separate out some of this content from the live stream. I upload those separately. So if you guys could go, Jesus, the pepper grinder.
We lost Alan.
We did.
Oh, like you're jerking off a lightsaber.
Yeah. Or we could get him 2 lights, and then he could do go skiing.
Go skiing?
Yeah. Or
Like going on
rowing.
a skiing trip? Oh,
Nah, you're too much of an angle. That's gonna do it for the stream, everybody. Have yourselves a fantastic Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
bye-bye.
I'm just gonna see how long Frank can keep this up.
Doing
I can go for a while.
he's doing the double, like coming from both ends.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
That's
messing
new.
with that enormous elephant, or whatever
Spit
that
on
book
it.
was.
Yeah. Oh, enormous elephant from the book. Jesus. All right, we're out of here. Okay, bye.
Elephants scratch their stomachs with their big dicks.
Wow.
That's how I scratch my dick. Or stomach.
We're still streaming.
Why?
It's not.